Warning: the following podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views and events depicted in this podcast are not based on fact. Do not try anything you see or hear in this podcast at home. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Mrpickuptrucker podcast with the Transporter, Corners, Corners, and Cows and Campers.
Welcome to the Mr. Pickup Trucker podcast. I am Justin from Cows and Campers, and we got Seth from the
Transporter YouTube channel,
and we got old Steven Horner from the
Horner's Corner.
The Horny Corner.
Sorry, guys, had to move spots real quick. When the corner opens up, you got to take it.
You will move when I tell you to, or not move when I tell you to.
We got Chris James in the comments today.
What's up, Chris James?
Oh shit! So what are we talking
Anything
about?
accomplished today, Justin, or what?
I've worked all day. Yes. Yep. Pretty much.
He wanted to be like me and actually do maintenance. Be right back, guys. You don't really hear me, but
shitting me.
Where are you going, Steve? We just started.
Does he really just leave? He's just like, see ya.
Hey, I told you I told you I had to move. This is when you got that perfect spot in the you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
You got to protect yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Protect thyself
at
all costs.
You're protecting something, all right.
Yes, sir.
Steve looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. We know.
Because he doesn't.
I definitely don't know what I'm doing. I didn't ever claim to know.
Dazed and confused or some shit?
Basically, yes.
Oh, shit. So what are we going to talk about today?
What do you want to talk about? I think we're obviously going to let the chat lead us as we go.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like we're going to have to just keep the ball rolling, keep talking, keep chatting, and let
What are you players been doing today? Nothing?
Working, driving.
I just watched some of Steve's 659 million mile maintenance video.
Oh yeah.
That's what happens when you work. You got to do.
Dude, how many quarts of oil does that hold with that PPE pan? Or
holds 12. It normally holds 10, so it adds an extra 2 quarts.
What? Still doesn't hold as much as a power stroke.
Yeah, we don't need that much.
Mm-hmm.
More oil doesn't necessarily mean better.
Whatever you say, Bob.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, the extra pan definitely works out. I'm eventually thinking maybe one day adding the deeper trans pan, but I don't know because then you got a hard time finding filters. So if something happens on the road, you're kind of up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, right? You know, you don't have the ability to go ahead and just grab a transmission filter if you didn't order it in time. So,
yeah, you could put an extra one in your truck.
Let's see, less horsepower.
That's true.
Less engine oil, less gears in the transmission. Math's not mathing here, Steve.
Yeah, what I heard is Ford has to compensate. Ford has to compensate. That's like, I can haul big and bad and I'm awesome. It doesn't matter. We all pull. We all make money. You know what I mean? Like,
what's up, mile by mile?
Mile by mile, what's going on? All right, guys. So we have a couple extra people in the chat. So, we obviously want to have a conversation, do a little podcast back and forth. We're going to kind of let you guys lead us down a path, right? So this is your time to ask questions and whatnot, because this is only number 2. So we're still getting our bearings on this.
Got Dozer also. I'm sure Dozer has a question.
Yeah.
Yes, Dozer, you should come to Horizon. You should drive a Chevy. Just
I got a present for you. It's real nice. I got it at Target. It was on sale.
Yeah. So I'm in West Virginia today.
Oh yeah.
Roads are clear, but there's plenty of snow.
How's them curvy roads treating you?
I hate going over there.
Left, right. Yeah.
I hate going over there.
Yeah.
Where you at, Justin?
Don't you worry about where I'm at, bud.
So,
about 5 miles. Are you in the driveway?
It's a possibility.
for the people who get on Instagram, there is a gentleman. I don't know, but he drives that Ram, the white mega cab. He's
Yeah.
stealing all your loads. Did you notice
I
that?
know. I did.
He's been going to Indy like every freaking day.
I saw he stole my Greenwood run.
Yeah, he's just taking
Alan
it all.
Johnson, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Alan?
I seen him on there. I just haven't. Whatever. I'm doing other things now, right?
We've broadened your horizons since
My
you.
my horizons have broadened recently.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
your bubble's getting bigger.
My bubble got a lot
learning.
bigger. We're not going to talk about how big my bubble got, but it's totally different than what it was before.
It went from 200 to 300 mile radius. Way bigger. Huge.
Way bigger. It's huge.
Blitz week is coming. Talk about what new drivers people are getting. Yeah. So Blitz week. Has anybody heard? Normally, I know for Horizon, I don't know about anybody else. They'll send out what they're kind of shooting towards. Has anybody heard anything?
I haven't. When is
No.
Blitz week?
I thought it was normally like April or May, but I know it's coming up. Obviously,
I don't have any idea.
Yeah. They usually give you a heads up, like they're focusing on brakes and
Is
tires
this or that or the other?
washer fluid and windshields or whatever it is.
The biggest thing is just have your shit together and don't give them any reason to give you a ticket. Is basically what it is.
Yep. Yeah. Normally, most companies will give you a heads up saying, "Hey guys, Blitz week's coming from this day to this day." Now, Blitz days, because it's normally 3 days, is just the legal side of it, but yet if you've ever noticed, it's normally 2 or 3 days before and 2 to 3 days after.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just the 3 days, it's something for a week and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, they'll give you a heads up. So if you're working for the right company, they're going to tell you XYZ is what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just make sure you walk through your truck. I think last year was brakes and something else.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Parking brakes was a big thing in the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I haven't pushed my parking brake in a long time.
And that's good. That's really good.
And I'm not about to try it in West Virginia.
No, not a good idea.
No, that's definitely something.
No, but that is something to check for sure. I had some lights that weren't working, so I got them repaired today.
So what's
Jenkins? Got Jenkins here.
What's up?
What's up, Jenkins? So Alan wants to talk about DOT sleeping in your pickup. How do you do it? So when you sleep in your pickup, I've noticed over the years, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, it's a gray area depending on the DOT officer you get.
Yep.
Long as you're off duty for that 10 hours,
you're
technically, good. It doesn't matter if you sleep on the ground, you sleep in your truck, you sleep in a hotel, you sleep wherever. But some will get all cranky with you about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we are not able to use sleeper berth, because sleeper berth actually has a true dimensional has to meet.
Yep.
To be a true sleeper berth.
There are some kits for some pickup trucks that will qualify, but it's not worth spending the money.
Right.
Unless you're trying to run team or something like that, maybe whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so some guys have the sleepers on their cabin chassis or whatever.
That's different.
Those
sleeper or a Zoom
DOT.
room.
Yep.
Yeah, you spend the money. There's things out there that you can go ahead and do it. So you just log off duty. You sleep in your back seat. Whether now you're not what I heard. You're not supposed to sleep in your front seat because that means you have not left the driver's seat. I have seen people do it. Not saying it's right, but it's one of those things.
You're supposed to have a sleeping area.
Yes.
Whatever.
I've even heard DOT officers crack down on people for not making their bed. Don't know how true that is. It's all hearsay, rumor type stuff. But
you don't want to look in the back of my truck then, because there's so much shit back there. It's unreal.
Yeah, that's me too. It's one of those things. Seth and I were talking about that earlier today about, taking your bag of clothes and this and that, and how do you just kind of make it work? And we run out of room quick.
When you first get started, you're like all paranoid about stuff having its own place, and then you get a year or two into it, and it's just like, whatever. It is what it is.
Yep. So
my truck's a disaster zone.
Yeah. Chris James says May 12th through the 14th is first Blitz week. So, it's coming up. Mile, log it off duty, 4,000 to 6,000 for a sleeper burst setup. And then Alan, have you had any problems with DOT off duty time? I personally have not.
No,
I haven't either.
They don't ever question it.
The big thing with your off duty time is going to boil down to did you end and start in the same city?
Basically.
Did you end in Goshen and start in Goshen, or did you end in Goshen and you showed up in, Timbuktu, Tennessee all of a sudden? That's where it's going to burn you fast.
That's the only thing I've ever had them question me on, is to make sure I'm in the right spot or whatever.
Yep. And once again, depending on your truck, depending on your company, there's a lot of little things.
App, it carries it into the next day, your location or whatever.
Yeah.
When they come up to your door, the first thing they ask you is, where did you start today?
Yep.
Where did you pick this up at, or where did you start?
Whatever.
And they're just they don't really care. All they're trying to do is figure out if it lines up
timetable
with your logs.
Yep. And as long as what you tell them matches what you got written down and the timetable is correct, it is what it is, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you're welcome, Alan. That's why we're doing this.
Yep.
Answer questions that people don't get to ask.
Yes. I have
Jenkins
a visitor.
Finished his bed today.
Nice. You guys want to see my visitor? Come here, baby girl. Come on. Are you gonna jump up here? Come on. Come on. She's not gonna do it.
Nope. We didn't say yes, Justin.
We didn't, did we? All right, go on, baby girl. Go on. Go inside. Go inside.
What an assumption you got there, bud.
I got a four-legged terrorist is what I got.
Jenkins, don't know if you did see it or not. I did text you. I don't know if you bought a set of window coverings for this body style truck on Facebook. So.
Oh my gosh, this guy's about to hit me. Oh, that was close.
Ooh. Good for you.
So while we just have nothing coming across, let's talk about parking. What do you guys do for parking at night? Where do you park at? If you have a choice, everything lines up the way you want. What is your go-to? Are you a rest area? Are you an exit ramp? Are you wow? Yeah. If you're on the road, Justin Jr.
Well, I park in the driveway at my house.
I like truck stops because I like having shower, food, drinks. If you need to buy oil or whatever it is, it's there.
Gotta have a shitter and a shower, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, like at that point, I know I'm different from everybody. I like the fact that I go into a truck stop and there's lights, because if something were to happen, my camera, somebody else's camera, hopefully something is going to get picked up. If there's any damage or anybody doing some shisty stuff, it gets you protected. You're in a rest area. Yeah, you're pretty much, it is what it is.
Yeah, when I park, I don't turn my camera off.
Oh, yeah, my dash cam runs 24/7.
Yep, I leave it on. Unless I'm at home or whatever, then it's not on. But if I'm parked up, it's on all the time. I don't ever turn it off.
Yep.
That way I can catch whatever,
You got one of those live 360 cams on top of your truck?
Yeah, I do. I bolted it down. I drilled holes in my top of my cab, bolted it down, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Usually park at Love's the free RV parking if I can, mainly for possible camera coverage. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like all the truckers around also have dash cams, and like if something real crazy went down,
somebody will catch it.
Yeah.
Where do we not park?
I don't
on ramps.
I've never. Yes, I do not park on exit. I know there's a lot of people that do. I just don't feel it safe. I feel that's where you're gonna get sideswiped, something like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been backed into in a truck stop. On my old first truck. I mean, I got lucky. They just put a big old dent in my passenger front fender. But there is possibility of crap happens. The moral of it anywhere. But
yeah.
Okay, now since we started talking,
I had my trailer smashed at a truck stop.
Have you really?
So, yeah, they drove over the back of my shipsy trailer and bent it 5 inches.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
Good for
Has anybody in the chat, because I'm sure you guys probably haven't, parked at the front of Love's in the actual RV spots that you're supposed to pay for?
No.
I've never done it. I'm curious. Like, if you roll up at 11 o'clock at night and nobody's in those spots, would somebody come out and kick you out, or would you be good?
I don't know. I know the other night, I was at a Love's and I had to park in a spot that there was not a no parking sign there, but I did not like where I parked and they didn't say anything to me, but the place was packed. I mean,
Yep.
the weather was poor. It was like snowing and sleeting and the roads were slick and just everybody stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was other guys parked where I parked. In fact, there was 2 other transporters. We all kind of parked in a line along the curb.
Yep.
Whatever. It is what it is. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make it happen, right?
Yep.
I try to get a corner spot in the back.
Oh, 100%. That's why I just moved. I went and got to move over 2 spots because now my passenger side is on a curb. So I know the passenger side of my truck is going to be good. I don't have to worry about anything coming over there. Well, with drivers these days, you never have to say never. You know, they're bound to do something stupid. But yeah, I'm protected now.
Yep. That's what I shoot for. But I'll leave at I'll get started at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yep.
So that I'll get stopped. He gone.
Oh, he gone. Dozer. So everybody kind of made comments, no ramps, no empty dark lots. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't park in dark. I mean, I know there's people out there that love it. They love that, just back in the corner darkness. And I just kind of don't like messing with that, chance, I guess.
Yeah.
So, mile too expensive. Talking about the one up front.
Yeah.
Chris, I have kind of elaborate. Let's go. Oh, I had a personal camper with. Yeah. I mean, I know if you pay for the spot, nobody's going to do anything.
No.
Most have a gate. So, yeah, I mean, I know there is some that have a gate and then some just have it up front.
Yeah.
So at that point, it is kind of what it is at that point.
Yeah.
And then
You lost, Seth?
you did.
I'm back.
Then Dozer says, what about covering insurance?
What do you mean covering insurance?
Well, I'm sure he's talking about, you got your unlading insurance. Then do you cover your truck? How does that work when they when you go ahead and you get signed on and they say, hey, you want to insure your truck for X amount? Every $100 or every thousands, $5 or $10, whatever they tell you that.
So there'll be guys that'll tell you that you can just use your own personal policy, but that is not the case because you're operating commercially.
Yep.
So you need commercial insurance on your truck and only insure it for what like the insurance company I use, they use the NADA value. So just get on NADA, put the information in, what your truck is, and take the median price, and that's what you give them. Do not inflate the price of it because then you're just paying for insurance that is not going to benefit you in any way.
Yeah.
You can say your truck's worth $50,000, but if they type it in NADA and it's only worth $30,000, you've been paying for $50,000 worth of coverage that is not going to benefit you in any shape.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I'm guilty of it. So when I got this truck, obviously I had low miles. I wanted it covered to the moon because if something happened, I wanted to be covered for it. And not fully understanding how everything worked, I insured it up to buku amount. I'm just shy of $500 a month in insurance on this truck. Then you start talking to them, I'm at just shy of 700,000 miles. I'm probably triple covered right now. And they're like, they'll take the value of the truck. If you get in an accident, let's say I'm insured for $70,000. I get in an accident, God forbid, the truck's totaled. You go ahead and they look up the NADA's 20 grand on your truck. They're giving you 20 grand. So you paid for $70,000 insurance. So it's definitely, as the truck ages, as the mile goes up, kind of keep reevaluating everything.
And get the personal property. Because a lot of those policies don't cover personal property. You have to have it added to your policy. So God forbid your truck catches on fire or you get in an accident or you get ripped off and all your shit's gone, all your tools or whatnot that you got in your truck, you're going to be out of luck.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think I only have mine covered for 25.
Yeah.
Because, 400,000 miles, it's not worth
right.
It's not worth much.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That's the biggest thing in this business is control. In order to be profitable, you have to control the things you can control. And that's
Yeah.
one of the things you can control.
Yeah.
Well, everybody asked how much can you make in RV transport? And I heard the saying a long time ago, it's not how much you make, it's how much you can save.
Correct.
So
Yes.
if I make $300,000, that's unheard of. You're not going to do it.
No,
But I spend $250,000.
you only made 50 grand.
What good was that?
It
Or if I
wasn't.
make if I make 100,000 and I save
Yep.
50,000, that's still the same number with a lot less work.
Yeah, control
You know
the
what I
things you
mean?
can.
Like,
Yeah,
exactly.
You can control fuel mileage.
Yep.
You can control what you eat. You
Yep.
can control your insurance. You know, you can control where you stay. You can control, where you buy fuel. That's why it's important to have that big tank. So take control of what you can control and be efficient with it. And that's where your profit comes from. If you're trying to run 75 mile an hour all the time or whatever it is, you're going to get poor fuel mileage, and that's going to have a negative impact on your profit.
Right.
Obviously.
Yep.
Because like me and Seth,
Alan.
we'll run 62 mile an hour, you know.
Yeah. Alan's asking what kind of fuel discounts we get. It's like between, it can be, sometimes it's nothing all the way up to $1.30
Yep.
sometimes,
Mhm.
Yep.
and that's where you got, like Justin was saying, that fuel tank, like you gotta plan your trip, and you gotta look, and sometimes I might pay $3.40 a gallon and only get 20 gallons because I know in 100 miles I'm going to get it for $2.98.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
But you're controlling how much is coming out of your bank. Kind of all comes back to the same circle.
So when you get a Com Data card or EFS card or whatever it is that they use, they give you an app on your phone, and it'll tell you where the best price of fuel is, and just plan your trip accordingly. Basically. So that just is what it is.
So I think that they're saying that another guy had his insurance down to $200 a month. So it all goes off of how many thousands of dollars you insure it for. So I think it's pretty close, like $5 per thousand or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
That could be. Yeah. And then, your driving record, do you have any tickets? What is your personal CSA score?
Well, I think Cottingham Butler, which is what I use, doesn't go off your driving record. It's just
a number straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have your unladen, which is like $100, 105 or 110, whatever.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Plus more wear and tear.
You're probably right on that, Seth. Within a few bucks, yeah, because it was, if I go ahead and did the math on it correctly, it was about, somewhere to $5 to $10 for every 1,000. So if your truck's only worth $20,000, you do the math. Your unladen is normally like 130 to 150 range.
Yep. Depending on where you get it, I know with Wave, Cottingham and Butler is like, is that better? That's better. With Wave,
we can kind of see you now. I don't know if that's better or not.
Getting dark out.
Yeah.
I know with Wave, Cottingham and Butler's like 140, and with Wave at Northwoods, it's like 125 or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. You have every right to go out and get whatever you want if it meets their standards.
Yes.
But, it's that where you got the multiple thing, Wave and Horizon or Bennett or whoever goes there and has like, hey, if I sign on 1,000 drivers, what are you going to charge me kind of mentality.
Yes. Yep. So whatever. Wave wants people to use Cottingham and Butler, but I took the time and called around to find the best price that fit for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not everybody you don't have to do that. Okay. And Cottingham and Butler, most guys use Cottingham and Butler. I mean, 90% or better. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because it's easy. For me to go with Northwoods was kind of a pain to deal with to get it done, but we were able to come to an agreement and get it done.
Yep.
When I started, they gave me a list of like 10 places to call.
Okay.
And I started calling. I called them all, and Cottingham was the cheapest out of that list they sent me, but
Yep.
I didn't call, like, and I also tried like Progressive and that don't even try.
Don't do
Progressive's
that.
stupid.
No.
Yeah.
Progressive, Geico, those types of places, no.
Yeah.
I know I talked to one guy and he was a new guy trying to get started, and he was he'd always run his insurance through Geico, right? And he was pretty disappointed because it was going to be like $1,200 a month or something.
Yeah, I don't know how people do that. That's just crazy.
No, don't do that. That's not how you want to do that. So whatever.
Yeah. So kind of going back to the fuel discounts, what is your guys' theory on fuel tanks? Like size? Do you wish you got bigger? Do you wish you'd done something different on your setup? For a new guy at starting, they're going to go walk to Dan's, and let's say they got, like your guys' setup, crew cab, long bed, they got all the room in the world.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the 91-gallon tank that Seth and I have, I mean, you could go to 109 or whatever it is.
118,
but the problem,
I think, the biggest.
Okay, well, whatever it is. Okay. But then you lose that toolbox. I got all kinds of shit in that toolbox. You know what I mean?
See, I don't use it. I used to have stuff in that toolbox, but it gets all covered with slime. So the stuff that's in there just bounces around. But yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's like, I run a 91. Of course, I'm limited on space, being a short bed, single rear wheel, sliding hitch. You deal with your crap, right? I chose to have a 3/4 ton, not a long bed, all that fun stuff. 91. Hey, still gets the job done, bud. But you're talking about 91 gallons plus your onboard fuel. I personally wish I had more fuel. There's been times that I've coasted into a fuel station because it was that much cheaper. I pushed it. I see people get smaller tanks, or they want a small tank with a toolbox on the top. And I've never had the toolbox on the top. I got the fifth wheel hitch, toolbox out back. I feel it's a good setup, but I'm not saying it's the perfect setup. So I was just curious what everybody else is, and it's kind of funny. We're all running 91s. You guys just have the toolbox.
Well, I mean, you drive a Chevy, so we know it's all wrong to begin with, but whatever.
Miles don't lie, bud. Miles don't lie.
Said he has the 55-gallon Titan frame.
Yeah, I was talking to him about
on the
that.
frame.
Yep.
And 110 gallons.
See, that's a setup right there. You're going for miles.
That's how this 450 is. I got a 50-gallon, what the hell is it? Something or another. Main tank, and then I got the 91-gallon auxiliary tank. But there's some things missing down there that should be down there that gave me the real estate to put the big tank down there.
Yep. So like Jenkins got the 60-gallon with the toolbox.
Yep. The biggest thing is, if you see cheap fuel on the app, stop.
Yep.
Pull it up.
Unless it's a shady spot.
Yes. I mean, I'm the first one. I won't go to most mom and pop. The only mom and pop place I ever did was we had a great deal for like 2 years, 3 years, it seemed like, when everybody else was $3+ a gallon. There's a spot out in Somerset, PA that was $2.34. It never changed. It never budged. Every day you drive over there, it's $2.34. And I was saving like $200 on a fill up, some stupid number like that. And it was great. Other than that, I always stick with a Pilot or Flying J or a Love's is actually the only ones I ever go to. Personal preference.
I go to TA a lot.
Yep.
But I run the Kentucky and Tennessee a lot, and there's TAs down there, and they just have the best price.
Yeah. Like to me, I look at, like, I was on the way down here today. I think Little Rock was a couple cents cheaper. Was like one of the cheapest on the way before I hit Texas. And I said, screw it. And I still filled up at a Pilot. I'll spend 5, 6, 7 cents more, because like my theory is I'm keeping all my fuel in one area. I'm getting all my points in one area. I get everything centrally located in one app, one place. This is my personal preference. I'll spend $7 more. I figured if $7 breaks me, probably shouldn't be doing this.
See, I'm the opposite of that. I'm going to the cheapest spot.
Yeah.
Oh shit! But that's the
with those points. That's a good point. The points, like, you can use those cards to buy. You can use those points to buy food, drinks, showers,
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, and like I like the app. Like I've used TA. TA's app isn't the greatest. It's not functional. Where like right now I can get on there and I can tell you what I spent on fuel 3 weeks ago on the app. I can tell you 6 months ago what I spent in fuel on the app because I can look through all my receipts. So it's all centrally located. If I ever lose a receipt or it fades and I need it, it's there. So it's just that different.
Yeah, they do fade.
They do, especially you leave them in your
they,
truck.
they disintegrate. Yeah.
Yeah. So tax purposes, kind of whatever. So
Yeah.
That's when you just fill in what you think it was.
Add a couple extra.
Put a couple extra zeros on it. It was a 179er.
Yep. Question for you guys, just since we haven't heard anything from anybody. How do you guys do your paperwork, I guess as you call it? Like, do you just take your receipts at home? Not that paperwork, simmer down. Do you take your receipts in, throw them on the counter, and go through them later? Do you guys use Excel? Do you guys use QuickBooks? Do you, I know Horizon Wave has that company out there that you can pay monthly for. What's your guys' preference?
Oh, mine's a nightmare.
Okay. So what I do is I use QuickBooks on mobile on the phone. And you just snap a picture of the receipt and bam, it's in there. And then I have an envelope for every trip. So for every trip, I put all my paperwork from that load in that envelope. And then on the outside of the envelope, I write, this is how much I spent on fuel. This is how much I spent on food. Everything to do with that trip goes in that envelope. And it's all written on the outside of the envelope. And then I seal it up and bam, in the file.
Woo, you're good then. That is, I do not do that.
It just makes it a lot cleaner. And then you're not digging through all of it. You can just go through all the envelopes, and it's written on the outside of it what you did.
Yeah.
It just whatever. And then QuickBooks, if you buy the high-powered QuickBooks Pro or whatever the hell it is, it will transfer from QuickBooks straight to TurboTax, and it'll do your taxes for you in about 5 minutes.
Okay. I didn't know it. Never messed with QuickBooks. That's good to know.
Yep. It'll expense everything out exactly where it needs to go, and it works pretty good.
What do you do, Seth? Just go home and throw it all on a table and worry about it at tax time?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I get that.
Yeah, mine's a nightmare.
Yeah, like I personally, and I mean, I've seen QuickBooks and Excel spreadsheet. I have it's actually not Excel, it's the Google version of Excel, whatever it's called, Sheets. And anytime I stop, I load it every night when I park. I load my miles. I load all that information as I do it. So I'm kind of like the mixture of you. I have the big old pile sitting on the computer desk at home in the office that wife hates this time of year when we have to go through it, and then I also fill a lot in as I go. So
that's the nice thing about QuickBooks is every receipt you get, you literally just take a picture of it and bam, it's there, and all that work is done. You don't have to do it again. You know what I mean?
Yep.
My problem is I got 15,000 things going on over and above this.
Yep.
So if I don't stay on top of all of it in one shot, it's not good. It gets real bad real fast.
When you just drive to Indy and back, it's pretty much just cut and copy and paste.
Motherfucker, please. I got a hell of a lot more going on than that.
No, I'm just saying, when you only do a little run that takes you back home, you know what I mean? Like,
you're
not out for 5 days on end.
I'll remember that next time I'm driving to fucking Virginia, you dick.
That was just the nicest comment I could be made during that whole conversation. I had so much other stuff about. I'd never seen the people of the night have receipts to print out for you.
Lizard Patrol engaged.
On older trucks, what motors would you stay away from and why? 6.0s, 6.4s, no go. That's for Ford. What about
Cummins
Chevy?
wise? I mean, is there? Well, I was thinking about let's go to Cummins first. Like, is there anything? I'm not a big Ram person. I mean, I know 5.9's been around forever. I know that 6.7s have some issues and whatnot.
I think just the newer ones.
Okay. Has GM?
All of them. Stay away from
No,
all of
well,
them.
they all have
Like
their.
the
I mean,
plague. Don't go
I'm
near
not.
them.
I'm not against saying anything. I mean, I could tell you that. Okay, well, I know you guys love all the little initials. LB7 injectors are below the valve cover. They like to go ahead and do injectors. So you got to pull valve covers to do injectors. So that sucks. So people hate those, but they're pre-emission. They don't have a variable vane turbo. So they're just fixed vane. So like those are cons to some people, pros the other. LLY likes to eat head gaskets. Gets too hot, pops them. You got then LBZ, pretty good motor, but I mean you're talking that's 05, 06, 07. So like to run a truck that old, if you didn't get it and take care of it and get the right company to sign on, that's a good motor and good body, good everything else. Then you got the LMM. They like to snap cranks, but other than that, that's what I started with. They're pretty good. LML has a CP4 likes to explode and do the disco party for everybody.
How many
Ford knows
fucking
that one.
motors are there? Gee, many Christmas.
And then you have
LBC, LB2, RMC.
Negative
Good
7 9
grief.
27.
and then you have the LP5 or the
LB
L5P.
7
And I mean, they don't really have much other than injector plugs. Simmer down, Ford guys. You're just jealous that you guys just said
3
everything's a 6.7. 6.7.
LB 0
7.
6.7. James, yep. LML likes to snap cranks. Same with the LMLs.
Well, basically, if you're gonna run an older truck, I would want it to be something you're familiar with.
100%.
So
something you know how to get in there and figure it out. You've wrenched on them before or something. If you're not a wrencher,
forget
I
it.
wouldn't run an older truck at all. But
So I run an older truck.
you think that old?
The 2012.
Yeah,
That's real old for this job, honestly.
that is kind of old.
Yeah. I mean, it's past the 10-year mark. I mean, he's lucky that it looks good enough for the company to even lease it on, because most companies want 10 years or newer.
It was owned by, I knew the guy that bought it brand new. I know the only guy that ever drove it, and
Yep.
I know all the history on it. And I mean, I spent like 15, 16 grand on it this year. But I've done a lot of, some of the things it needed, some of the things it didn't need. But to me, the most important part was I don't have a payment.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I spent 15, 16 grand on it, but I could have been spending, God, I've heard some of these truck payments are like $1,800, $2,000 a month.
Yeah, I can't. No way.
So
no way, no how. Not for me.
Whatever. It is some of the money that I spent on I didn't need to, but some of it why whatever.
Yep.
I knew that there was certain things I knew were problematic, and I just went ahead and took care of it.
Yep. And yes,
the
Duramax is made by Isuzu.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. It was Isuzu made the motor. From what I remember correctly, Isuzu made the motor, and then they just put it in the Chevy platform.
Chevy can't build an engine, can't build a transmission. Interesting.
Well, that means Ford can't build a transmission because they build it together. Know your facts, bud.
Which ones are working and which ones aren't working?
Well, just like I said the other day in another person's live, it's the fluid that. Yep. And I'm not 100%. I love my Chevys, I love my GMs, but they're the same transmissions, and Chevy put the wrong fluid in. I don't know what the Ford's is, but they put the Dexmerc or whatever in the.
No, it's ULV.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying for the Chevys, it's Dexmerc, and they go ahead and eat up crap. So it just every truck, every manufacturer has its pros and cons. It's what
it does. They all break.
Like Seth said. Can you work on it yourself, or are you taking it somewhere? And then,
I spent all day working on mine today. You know what I mean?
I still can go ahead and get cheap parts from the dealer. I got a hookup, so why do I want to go ahead and go to a different brand? Because then I'm spending more money. Once again, I'm not saving; I'm spending at that point.
Yep. So, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. If I had the money, would I buy a brand new one? Absolutely. But there's not enough.
Yep.
There ain't enough meat on the bone for me to go buy a brand new one. There just isn't. So whatever.
Yes, mile by mile. That is true. Justin is a closet bow tie guy. Just
Don't be
changed.
telling people my secrets.
Ford couldn't build an engine for a long time. The first diesel built by Ford was the 6.0. Oof. I wouldn't want that one on my record.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I thought of one of the companies you could run older 10. Now,
You
Alex,
can.
yes, it's 100% up to the company. I started in 2020, which means I shouldn't have, or basically let's call it 21. I shouldn't have had a truck older than a 10 or 11, and my first truck was an 08. So there's some room. What it is, they want to get pictures of your truck. They want to look at it. So before you go buy something, reach out to the company and say, hey, I plan on buying this truck. Would you lease it on?
I think Wave will take up to an 05, but it better be spotless.
Clean, yeah.
That's one thing about Wave is if you're going to lease onto them, your truck better not even have a dent in it, because they want their trucks to be sharp. You know what I mean? Yep. So that's not to say they don't have some dented up trucks on the road, because I'm sure they do, but for the most part, they're pretty particular about the way the trucks look.
Yep.
So I know my black truck, it's got a dent in it, and I need to get it fixed, but whatever. Yep. It hasn't happened yet. So yeah, it is what it is. So anyhow, how many
Can't
people
stress about what ifs. They're going to break down eventually. Maintain it properly, safe for repair. Yeah,
100%.
Yes, they're all going to break. Sure.
Yeah, it's why, I was just on the phone today, driving down the road, and I had the freaking hot side pipe just pop right off the turbo. So obviously I had to clamp, loosen up. I'm on the side of the road, and it's just a chooching at that point. And so this is one of those jobs that you kind of have to have some brains about you and some common sense. And,
if you're not willing to fix it on the side of the road, don't even start.
Yeah, not that you don't want to start. I don't want to be that, but at the same time, you're gonna have a lot harder time at the job.
Yeah, because you better have some tools and some knowledge about what you're driving, or you just forget it.
Yeah,
and get a good scan tool.
100%.
Get a good scan tool and keep it in the truck.
Yep.
Because if you can't scan it, whatever.
And don't go to Wave, go to Foremost.
Horizon. Isn't that right, Dozer? Hey, bud. No, that's a good point. I'm a firm believer because, okay, I'm not an ASE certified mechanic, but doesn't mean you can't call somebody who is. And the first thing they're going to do is, what's your truck doing?
Yep.
And if you can't
tell them the code.
Yeah, if you can't tell them a code, you can't tell them a pressure, you can't tell them a position, whatever, because they're going to ask you, go to this, go to this, what's this?
Mm-hmm.
You're no good. You know what I mean? It's not going to help you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And you got to do this. You got to eat on the road. I'm sorry.
Yep. You got out of that fridge. How's that fridge working for you, bud? Best investment you make?
Yeah.
I feel the couple $100 for a 12-volt refrigerator is the best value you're going to have if you're out for more than a day or two. It's just the truth.
It'll save you more than a fuel tank.
Yes,
100%. Because, there's been people who sat down and did the math that, when they run and it's hot and they're going through a bag or two of ice a day at $3-4 from the truck stop. And next thing you know, it's hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars a year in frozen water.
Yep.
It's like it's nothing special.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyhow, are there actually people watching this?
They don't charge.
10.
They don't charge $2.99 for a bag of ice at the truck stop either. It's
like $4 or $5, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Sure. I don't have any idea. I know the Bouge RV refrigerators are on sale on Scamazon right now for $157. So
yep.
Go buy one.
That's why I got one sitting right next to me. So
use somebody's link below.
Mm-hmm.
Ma had to use his scanner today for a code. Good scanners, a must, 100%. And I mean, I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything, right? You choose what you want. If you got the money to do a snap-on, do a snap-on. But if you are friends with somebody, and if you all have that same scanner, you all can fumble through. If you're on the side of the road and you're trying to figure out how to reset a glow plug controller or whatever, you both can get in there and work through it together over the phone.
Yep.
What's your choice on scan tools? I have an Altel. It's like a $300 or $400 one off of Amazon. I know I have it linked in some of my videos. I don't know what model number it is off the top of my head.
I have an Easy Link that came with some other stuff that I did.
I have a Foxwell. I need to get a better one.
Yeah. For a Ford, the Easy Link that comes with other things that you can do to the truck is really, really good. It Bluetooths to the phone, and it'll give you live data while you're rolling down the road. It'll give you the ability to clear codes. It'll give you the ability to make adjustments to all kinds of stuff. You can change tire size. You can adjust your lights. You can play with your turn signals. Just all kinds of stuff. It's really, really good. And Easy Link has done a good job cracking into the Ford system, and they've done really good. So I know I had to put a new valve body and solenoid pack in the transmission, and we were gonna buy this program called Forescan to run on the laptop to program it, and it ended up we were able to use the Easy Link to tune it. So, and it seems to be working.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Oh, Jenks has the same one as me. So it's Altel MK808S, and then Maba Miles using a Top Don. Heard of those, never used one.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, for anybody who's running emissions, because we know there's people out there that's not, right? A scanner tool could save you from, if your truck's not regenning, going down the road correctly. You can force a regen and get you from going to a dealer. I mean, these trucks do some stupid stuff. I was talking to a guy just Sunday that has a Ram. He had half a tank of DEF, and he was getting a code for emissions and going to be 5 miles and 60 some miles, blah, blah, blah. He literally had to go put a couple boxes of DEF in, even though it's half a tank.
I've heard on those new Rams, if you don't keep them plumb full of DEF, they get ornery, but whatever.
Yep.
It's a Ram, so,
Yep. Chris, Edge CTS scanner here. Yeah, I have one of those. So I have my Edge running 24/7 on my dash. I can clear basic codes. I can watch my EGTs. I can watch fuel pressure. I can do, whatever you put in there, you can watch it. And they're definitely a great investment in my mind to have.
Yeah.
That alarm. So like right now, if I idle my truck tonight, something were to happen, it should theoretically throw an alarm and hopefully wake me up before it costs me a motor.
Yeah. An Easy Link will do the same thing. So
mine don't do the none.
That's just basic.
That's all right.
There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I mean, there's certain people who come out with a freaking ASE certified mechanic toolbox in the back of their truck, and then there's people that come out with a freaking set of lineman pliers, or not lineman, but the Leatherman pliers that have the knife and flathead. That's all they run. Different strokes for different folks. It's
I got that big Montezuma toolbox in the back, and it's just plumb full of shit.
Yep.
I got it stacked to the hilt with tools.
Yep.
I'm not playing around.
I have every tool that I've ever used at home to work on my truck goes in my truck. So like if I'm doing something at home and I need this, I just put it in my truck.
Right in the truck.
Yep.
Yep.
Which sucks for when you go do a project at home, because then you got get everything out of your truck.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys want a good tool, like we're gonna get off here a little bit, right? Because they're cheap. So I just wanted to talk about it. I started using Tecton tools
That's
a couple
what I
years
use.
ago.
Yep.
You can buy a socket for $10 or $5, depending on size. Like everything depends on size. They're out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So depending on where you live, depending on where you live, you can get them in a day or two. So like I've got to the point where I know, okay, it takes a 21 millimeter to do my brakes. I want to be able to, if all of a sudden you get some squealing or you know brake pad breaks, you can pull over in a truck parking lot and swap them out real quick. You don't have to have a full set, but you have what works for your truck. So that's my little thing.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
Jenkins, I bought my scanner because Seed Farmer said it was good. 100% did the same thing.
Yep.
Reason I got mine. I'm about to buy a new one for this truck. Mine is outdated. Oh, they're talking about the Edge CTS, I'm sure, on that one. So
yeah.
Well, guys, I gotta get driving.
I say Seth's probably getting ready to go. So yeah.
All right. Well,
I gotta drive.
Some people like want to work or something for the night.
yeah. All right. I'm done for the day anyway. I've had a long day. I'm over it.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, this has been episode 2 of the Mr. Pickup Trucker podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by and talking with us. And when I'm not,
we're gonna try for at least Wednesday night lives, and we might do something Monday mornings. We're not 100% on that. But
we'll see how it shakes down.
Yes.
Mondays.
Make sure you guys are subscribing. And, make sure you guys are subscribing and sharing with all your buddies and try to help us build this channel up as fast as we can.
Yep. We're gonna start making some merch here in the future. And we're gonna give that merch away according to comments. So the more comments and likes we get, the more apt to give some shit away we will be. So yeah.
And there's also on this channel, there's links for all of our channels and a lot of our stuff, and all, I think there's like 15 links down there. So
link below.
Yep.
And Steve just put out a video like 2 hours ago. So
yes, sir. Go check it out. We'll be out tomorrow too.
Go unsubscribe from him. Don't watch his stuff.
You learn too much. Hey, once again, put down below because they'll repost this. What you want to hear from us in the future? Give us something to talk about. Give us topics. Oh, Seth.
Yeah.
Before we go, were you going to talk about the question we got on the last video, or do you want to wait till the next one? Because it's going to go.
No, we'll do it on the next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we will get to every comment that is like that. If you ask us what our shoe size is, no, you're not getting that. But if you ask us legitimate comments, we will get to them 100%.
Yep. I didn't realize we had a question we were supposed to answer. I'm sorry.
Yep. I kind of
we had a list, but we didn't get to it.
Well,
Justin didn't log in.
We'll have a in the comments.
Yes, in the comment section. So load them up.
Because I was still in the shop. So anyhow.
All right, guys. Thank you guys all.
See you guys. Thank you.
We will see you later. Have a wonderful night.
We'll talk to y'all later.